Hey. I don't know, man. I don't know what that was. Hi, my name is Cameron Chaney, author of Autumn Crow, and welcome to Library Macabre. Today, or this week, or the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be continuing on with my Fear Street binge read. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I think 3 other parts of this vlog. So this is part 4, but like, you don't have to go watch the other ones. You can finish watching this one and then go back and watch the others. I'm just going in publication order of all of the Fear Street books, but you don't really need to read the books in order to begin with because each of them is like their own contained story. Anyway, in the last reading vlog, I finished reading Fear Street Saga, book number 1, The Betrayal. This is like a prequel to the Fear Street series where it goes back and shows you the origins of Shadyside, Fear Street, how the curse began, and it's one of my favorites. Like, I read this when I was 10 years old, loved it, and it was really, really cool getting to go back and revisit it. I didn't even remember just how brutal and sad and depressing this book was. Since I finished reading that, it is now time to go on to The Secret, which is book number 2 in the saga. I am very pumped to keep on going with this. I am having a lot of fun with the Fear Street binge in general, but it's great going back to like the 16, 17, 1800s and just reliving all of the feelings all over again. Of course, I talked about part 1 of the Netflix Fear Street movie trilogy, which came out yesterday, last night, as of when I'm filming this video. So throughout this video, you're gonna see my reactions and reviews to part 2 and part 3 of the Netflix movie trilogy. Today is July 2nd, so it's Independence Day weekend, so I'm just gonna try to enjoy myself, get some reading done today and tomorrow and Monday because I have Monday off of work, so that's fun. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's go. All right, so I got back from the firework display just a little bit ago. Then we sat out on the porch and just sat by the fire, so it was nice. I ate a cheeseburger. I had cheese curds. I had fried Oreos. I'm done. Tomorrow's a detox day. But enough about all that. Fear Street, I read the first part, so I'm about a little over 50 pages in. I will say the first half of the book is a little bit slower, and I kind of remember it being slower, but it's still cool. We're following Ezra Fear, who is like the next generation. At the end of the first book, he was a young man. Now he is older. He has a wife and kids of his own, and he's basically on a mission to find the good family and destroy them for the curse that they have put on his family. Basically, it ends up driving he and his family to the original settlement where the good family is from and where the Fear family had originally settled. Everybody in the town is dead, wiped out by a plague, and the youngest daughter of Ezra's starts talking to this little girl and becomes friends with her. Yeah, things get kind of spooky from there. So I'm gonna be reading a whole bunch more of this tomorrow on Sunday, 4th of July. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed because I'm really sleepy. I gotta go sleep off the fried food. All right, bye. It's true, guys. You are the hocus to my pocus. It is Sunday, 4th of July, the 4th of July, as I used to call it when I was a kid. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing today. I don't know if there's gonna be events or not. I don't know if we're gonna go out. I have no idea. It's all up in the air, we'll see. But I have my coffee, it's morning time. I have to make my bed still, so that's what it looks like when it's all unmade. In case you ever wondered, And I think I'm gonna watch some BookTube videos. I know that there are a couple of book hauls. I know Merce from Harpies in the Trees just posted one. Also Kelsey from Slime and Slashers has a new vintage book haul. So everybody's posting book hauls today. I would really like to go and watch those and just enjoy my coffee. I might do a little bit of reading from The Secret, which is the second Fear Street saga. I don't know what is up, guys, with my camera on my phone. Whenever I get too close to the light, instead of like balancing my face, it just like blows me out and I look all ill. So see, look, when I get too close, look at that. What is going on? That just looks unnatural and weird. But then I get back and like, look, looks fine. This is how I normally look. I don't usually look like that. So I don't know why. I don't know why it does that. It used to be fine, and then all of a sudden my phone started doing this within the last couple of months. But anyway, I might dig into this and read a little bit. I also want to do a bunch of writing today because I've not been writing a lot, because I've been trying to bust out as many videos as possible, but I need to be writing because I have a book coming out at the end of September and I need to get it done. I'm going to write some, but first we'll go ahead and watch some videos and we'll just go from there.
Welcome, fellow freaks, geeks, and
if you guys have not watched Kelsey from Slime and Slashers, she is awesome. She posts so many great book hauls, and I've been finding out about a lot of books that I've never heard of from her videos. And she's just so fun and just bubbly and just very entertaining to watch, and it just puts me in a good mood to watch her videos. So I highly recommend her videos. I'm gonna link them down below, her channel, so that way you can go and check it out. Definitely subscribe because she's so fun, and I really hope that she gets a little bit more attention with her YouTube channel.
Hey guys, it's Merce. Welcome back to Harpies in the Trees, where I review horror books with a supernatural focus.
Another one I'm going to link down below is Merce from Harpies in the Trees. I just love her channel. I've loved it since she started making videos. Her channel has the most amazing aesthetic with the candelabra. It's very spooky and gothic. But check out her videos. Her videos are great. So I got done watching the videos. I did a little bit of reading, and then I got inspired to do a Fear Street book spreadsheet. So here we have my spreadsheet. So as you can see, original series and publication order, publication date. Then I also have if I own it, if it's a first printing, if I've read it, the condition that it's in, and if I would like to eventually replace it with a better copy. As you can see, the original, the quote-unquote original series is all in yellow, and then any of the super chillers are in red, and then the trilogies are all in green. So I'm working on it. I've got this much done so far, and I still have to color code these. But yeah, so far, it's going really well, and this is gonna help me keep a whole lot more organized when it comes to my Fear Street books. Anyway, we are about to have a 4th of July parade on my street, so I'm gonna go take a look. Whoa, look at Uncle Sam. Hey, hi. So, of course, the last clip that I filmed was from Sunday on the 4th, and it is now Friday. So, many days later, I'm sorry, I've not been very good at vlogging at all, but I have had some time to read. So actually, I finished reading Fear Street Saga, The Secret. That's the second book in the trilogy, and I liked it. I will say I didn't like it as much as I did when I was a kid, and I don't like it as much as the first book, which is The Betrayal, which I don't have with me. I feel like The Betrayal was just this epic, sprawling story. This is a continuation of that, like a direct continuation, but I felt like this one was a little bit slower. It just didn't grab me the way the first book did. This one has a little bit of that sophomore slump where it's kind of like a filler. Some important stuff happens, but overall it's just like, it feels like filler for the most part. It's good to read it, don't skip it, because you need to find out certain things in this book in order to continue on with the next one. So don't skip this book. It's still good. I still give it like 3.5 stars. So it's not a bad book. It's just not the 5-star book that The Betrayal was. But I'm really excited to continue on to the third book, which is of course The Burning. I was going to continue on and go ahead and read this, but I decided, you know what, since Lights Out is what the second part of the trilogy is based off of, I want to go ahead and read this. So I've been working on this. I'm only like 52 pages in, so I wanted to finish this before I watched part 2 of the trilogy, but of course the movie is out as of today and I want to go ahead and watch it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna go watch that right now and then I'll just finish this book tomorrow. So I wanted to finish it before I saw the movie. It's not gonna happen. It's fine, it's fine. And then after I read this, I will go back to the saga and read this. So yeah, that's my plan anyway. Do you guys want to see something cool? My brother-in-law actually got me a gift. He got me a Fear Street shirt. I was not expecting him to buy me a Fear Street shirt, but he did. He didn't read the books or anything, and neither did my sister, but we watched the movie together last week and they both loved it. So they kind of have Fear Street fever just like the rest of us. So he got me a Fear Street shirt, and it has the cover from Cheerleaders, The First Evil, which is like my favorite cover of the series. It's so good, it's so good. So I'm glad to have another Fear Street shirt that I can wear in my videos. I was gonna wear it while I'm watching the movie, but it's got that new t-shirt smell, which if you buy t-shirts very often, you probably know, new t-shirt smell isn't the best. So I'm gonna actually wash this first. Anyway, just wanted to give you an update. I'm gonna go and watch the movie right now. Super pumped, can't wait. So I'll let you know what I think here in a minute. Is the lighting funky? Yes, yes it is, but we're gonna go with it. It is not Friday anymore. It is actually Saturday night. I have watched part 2 of the Fear Street trilogy, and I have also finished reading Lights Out. So I wanted to actually finish reading this before I give you my thoughts on the sequel, and I didn't necessarily have to because the movie is completely different from Lights Out. This is just like a very loose basis for what the movie is. They base the movie in Camp Nightwing, which is where this book takes place. That's mostly where the similarities stop. There are some other similarities, but they're very, very small. Where should I start? I guess I should start with the book. I'll start with the book. So here's Lights Out. This is book number, I think, let's see, number 13 in the series, I believe. Follows a girl named Holly who has just become a counselor at Camp Nightwing, which is run by her uncle. She's kind of just agreed to go to her uncle's camp because he needs the help. So she's not really an outdoorsy person. She does not want to be there at all, but she agrees to go. And everything immediately starts going wrong. It turns out that this girl that she used to be friends with at her old school is a counselor at Camp Nightwing as well, and the two do not get along anymore, so that immediately starts a whole bunch of drama. And not only that, but somebody, some unknown person is sabotaging the camp. And of course, these disastrous events soon lead to murder. And let me say, there's a really, really good kill in this book. It is definitely one of the goriest kills of the Fear Street series, and I believe this is like the first gory kill to ever appear in the series. Up to this point, there really wasn't, but this one was pretty brutal, and it was great. It was really good, and I enjoyed the book. It's a lot of fun. I love just seeing all of the summer camp things. There are a lot of nods to like Friday the 13th. In fact, there is a direct nod to Friday the 13th in here, and I don't want to spoil anything about the ending, but it definitely felt like Friday the 13th. I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the best Fear Street books. Now, for the movie, Fear Street Part 2, 1978. So the movie, of course, starts off where the first movie left off. The kids are coming to see this woman who apparently survived the massacre at the summer camp in 1978. And then the woman then starts to tell her story. And from there, we jump back to the 70s. And it is a very contained, very isolated story taking place in the summer camp. There's not as much jumping around. There's not as much adventure as in the first movie. It is a lot more streamlined and focused. You're not having to focus on a whole bunch of characters. There are quite a few characters, but the majority of the focus kind of lays on the shoulders of just a few characters, and it's a lot easier to keep track of, and I felt like it had a lot more emotion and heart for that reason. I just felt a lot more invested in this one than I did in the first one, and I really enjoyed the first one. I loved it, even though it didn't really feel like Fear Street to me, I still loved the first movie. But this one, I don't know. It just felt more exciting to me, and it might be because I am such a big fan of slashers, especially camp slashers. This just had everything that I love when it comes to a slasher. It is brutal. It is so brutal and violent and gory, and it does not cut away. It shows you everything. When someone's head gets chopped off, they show it, which is not something that I would typically expect from a Fear Street movie, because while the Fear Street books do have some blood and some kills, they're nothing compared to what you see in these movies, especially in part 2. It's a lot, and it's really intense, especially at the end of the movie. It is super intense, and would I say it is Fear Street? No, it doesn't necessarily feel like Fear Street to me still. It feels like a totally different thing. Still, we have no mention of Fear Street itself. We have mention, of course, of Shadyside and everything like that, but Fear Street, I don't know where it's at. I don't know why they haven't referenced Fear Street yet. Hopefully they do in the third movie. If they don't, I will be disappointed because, I mean, it's Fear Street. Like, it's what the movie's called. You need to have Fear Street in there. So I hope it's at least referenced, you know? I just want at least a reference, but still, I really, really enjoyed the movie. The relationships between the characters were great, and the acting is top notch. I loved Sadie Sink, who plays Ziggy in the movie. She played Max in Stranger Things. She was like 15, 16 when she did this movie. The girl can act. And when it comes to the ending, she really, really sells it. I think she's a great final girl. I really, really enjoyed her in this movie. I really enjoyed her sister as well, who's kind of like this goody two-shoes kind of character. Kind of reminded me of a Fear Street character in a lot of ways. I thought she was great too. The actress did a really great job. So it's a very solid movie, and I'm super excited to watch 1666, which is part 3 in the trilogy. I am pretty nervous because I know they're going to change a lot of stuff from the saga. But you know, I'm trying to keep an open mind about it. I'm sure even if it's not like the Fear Street saga, I'm still going to enjoy it as a movie. That's what's happened with these other 2 movies so far. Even though they're not totally Fear Street, they're still really well-made movies. They're still a lot of fun, and I'm still going to watch them like every summer because they're very rewatchable. I'm going to be reading some of this tomorrow, and then of course at the end of the vlog I will share my thoughts on the 1666 movie. We just have a week left of waiting, and then we can see it all wrap up. So it is Sunday morning, and I am taking a nice, dreary, rainy walk through the cemetery. It's not actually raining, but it looks like it could rain at any moment. It's all very wet out here. I can't get over how freaking huge this tree is. It's insane. I kind of forget that it's here every time, and then I walk by it and I'm like, whoa, it's a big tree. This is usually where I go to read, but it's pretty soggy and wet today. It's very humid. It's cool, but humid at the same time. It's like 71 degrees, but it feels more like 80. And I do not feel like sitting here and being eaten to death by mosquitoes, so we're gonna walk over here instead. I should probably talk about Fear Street since this is a Fear Street reading vlog. When I get home, I'm going to start into Fear Street Saga, The Burning, which is the 3rd book. I'll be honest, I don't remember a whole lot of what happens in the last book. I haven't read it in years, since I was like 10 years old, so it's been almost 20 years. So it's going to be interesting to revisit it and kind of refresh my memory of how everything wraps up. That'll be cool. I think I'm going to walk home now and go ahead and start reading. What's up? So, just got home, took a shower, and I was gonna sit down and read a little bit of The Burning, and then I found out that my sister and my brother-in-law are gonna go to Trader Joe's, and right next door to Trader Joe's is Second and Charles, which is this big bookstore, one of my favorite bookstores ever, and I thought I would go with them. I need to pick up some stuff at Trader Joe's, and I want to see if they have any Fear Street books at Second and Charles. I was at Second and Charles like a month and a half ago, and they didn't have like hardly anything in terms of R.L. Stine, but it's always worth a check. I'm gonna be right there, so I may as well. So I'm gonna take you along with me. We're gonna see if we can find any Fear Street, any YA, vintage horror, Goosebumps, anything like that. It doesn't just have to be Fear Street. It could be literally any of that stuff, and I'm gonna buy it because I love that shit. All right, let's go. All right, so I'm looking through the children and teen section. I'm not really finding a whole lot. I mean, I found a couple of things, but it's nothing that I don't already own. I did find a Fear Street. There's a Ghost of Fear Street. It's not really what I was looking for, but I'm missing this one, so I'm glad I at least found that. But in terms of regular Fear Street books, I have not found hardly anything, so oh well. Hello people. So I am back from Second and Charles, and I found a couple of things. I didn't find a ton, but I did find a couple of gems. I'm going to start with the ones that are not really horror themed. I'll just go through these quick. I got one of the books in the Nancy Drew Diaries by Carolyn Keene. This is called The Phantom of Nantucket Island. Nantucket Island. This is book number 7 in the series, which is one of the few that I was missing. So I got that in hardcover. I also got a Boxcar Children book. Love Boxcar Children. They're a blast from the past for me. I used to read these when I was a kid. In fact, I had this exact same copy when I was a kid. So I was glad that I was able to find that again. I really regret selling my Boxcar Children books. So this one's called The Mystery at Skeleton Point. It's 91 in the series. It was only $1.75. Now let's get into the horror books. So, well, I guess this is technically more of a mystery thriller, but this is Joan Lowry Nixon's Spirit Seeker, which I actually just bought a copy of at a thrift store for $1. This one was $1.50. It's a first printing and it's in beautiful condition, which is the reason why I bought it. So I went ahead and picked that up, and I'm just gonna sell off my other one. I also found, as you saw in the clip, a Christopher Pike book. This one is Spooksville #2, The Howling Ghost, one of the ones that I was missing. This was only $1.30. It's in really nice shape. It does have like this bend to it, so I'm gonna have to see what I can do about that. But it's a first printing, and it's really hard to find these, so I was glad that I could get that for so cheap. Then of course, I also got Ghosts of Fear Street. This is number 19, 3 Evil Wishes. I also got Devil's Race by Avi. I used to read a lot of Avi's work when I was a kid, and I did not realize that he wrote a horror novel. At least I think this is a horror novel. A graveyard meeting is John's first link to the evil that lived in the past. And of course, it's got that amazing cover art. I love the purples. Very, very spooky. This was originally published in 1984, I believe in hardcover, and then it was republished by Avon Flair in 1987. So this is the first printing of the paperback. As you can see, it is an Avon Flair book, and Avon Flair books do tend to be pretty hard to find. So I was glad to find that for $1.95. It's a pretty nice paperback edition. It's not in very bad shape at all. So for $10, that is not a bad haul at all. A couple of these would go for $10 on its own on eBay. So glad that I could at least find some gems. Hey guys, so I'm at work. I'm actually on my break. I get to go home soon. And right now I am reading Party Summer. This is the first super chiller in the Fear Street series. And I know I said that I was reading The Burning, which is Fear Street Saga #3. I am still reading that. I'm actually reading that one at home. And then whenever I come during the day to work, I'm reading this. It's been a while since I have updated this vlog at all. I have not been good at vlogging lately. It's because, I started this new full-time job. Well, not a new job. I've been here. I've just started it full-time. And then I've also been writing when I get home. So I've just been very, very busy. And I've been reading whenever I get a chance. I've just not had like a chance to vlog. Like once I get home and after I write, then it's dark and the lighting isn't good. And it's just like, I forget about it. So I wanted to update you because it is Thursday, and that means that tomorrow is when the third part of the Fear Street Netflix movie trilogy comes out. I'm very, very excited. So excited to watch it. So tonight and tomorrow, I'm going to be focusing on the saga, getting that finished up so I am ready for 1666, and then I will be finishing up this. So this is great so far. This is about a girl named Carrie. It's spelled C-A-R-I, so I keep wanting to say Carly, but it's actually Carrie. And she is going on vacation with her friends to this hotel in Massachusetts. It's like off the bay, very, very nice, very old hotel. And they're going there to kind of, you know, work and, you know, be lifeguards while they're there and whatever, but they're mostly there because they want to party. Well, they get there and it turns out that the hotel is still being renovated and is not open to the public yet. And the man who runs the hotel is Simon Fear. Did not realize this going in, that this was going to pair so well with The Burning, because that is about Simon Fear from the 1800s. This is about Simon Fear III. So we have Simon Fear's great nephew, I think. And he tells them, hey, sorry, the hotel isn't open yet. We tried to notify you guys, but if you want, you can still stay here and help with the renovations. So they do. And it turns out something not quite right is going on at this hotel. And there's probably a reason why Simon Fear is the owner of this hotel, and that it's not coincidence that he got kids from Shadyside to come and help out. So yeah, they should have known that, that it's not a coincidence. It's something weird is going on. This is fantastic so far. This is so far one of my favorite Fear Street books. I put this up there with Silent Night. Now I am a little over halfway through, so I still have a little bit more to go, but so far it's fantastic. I'm really, really enjoying this. It's a great summer read. It's very spooky, very atmospheric, and pretty well written. You get quite a bit more in the way of descriptions of the setting and the characters with this book, so it is a little better written, and it is quite a bit thicker than the other Fear Street books. So I recommend this one. I would say don't start here because it doesn't actually take place in Shadyside on Fear Street. It's just referenced, but this is a really good one to hit up once you've read a few of the regular Fear Street books. It's fantastic. Anyway. Hey guys. It is July 16th, Friday morning. I got up at 5 a.m. to do some writing before work, so that's what I'm doing right now. And like I said, it is Friday 16th, which means that today is the finale of the Fear Street movie trilogy. I am going to be reading book 3 of the saga all day today. That is The Burning. I'm hoping I can read that in between classes on the bookmobile and hopefully get it finished. But anyway, I'm going to finish up my writing and get to work. I'm thinking I might stop by Dunkin'. I might leave a little bit early and go to Dunkin'. We'll see. Actually, I think that's definitely what I'm going to be doing. That sounds really good. I need some Dunkin'. I need some breakfast in me. Coffee. I need coffee. I'm so tired, guys. I'm so sleepy. I don't usually wake up at 5 a.m., but I really needed to get some writing done because I didn't get much done last night. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And honestly, I got a lot done. Turns out I work pretty well in the morning when everything is quiet. So I might start doing this. Hopefully I can make a habit about it. Don't know if that's going to happen. Not guaranteeing anything, but it would be nice if I could try to make myself a morning person. I used to be a night person. I used to be a night owl. And now I'm not even that. Now I just like to sleep. Hey, creeps. So, just finished reading Fear Street Saga, The Burning, and I have watched 1666. So I'm here to review this and the movie. I have not finished reading Party Summer yet. I still have to finish reading this. I'm still about the same way through. I'm gonna finish this today. I need to get this video up though. So in the next Fear Street vlog, I will let you know my thoughts about this one. I will say the next vlog is going to be later down the road. I'm gonna take a break from Fear Street after this one so I can read some other books. It's not that I'm getting tired of Fear Street. Trust me, I could keep reading it forever and ever and never get tired of it. But I have a lot of books to read and review. So it's time to take a break from Fear Street just for a little while, until like maybe December, I'd say. And then I'll come back to it and do some more Fear Street reading vlogs. first, I'm gonna let you know my final thoughts on The Burning. This is a fantastic finale to the saga. I liked this better than the second book, not quite as much as the first book, The Betrayal, but this is a great finale. I thought it wrapped things up beautifully and really paves the way, pun intended, for the rest of the Fear Street series. I just love the saga. Definitely check this out if you haven't. I would say read some of the regular Fear Street books first before getting into this one, just so that way you appreciate this a little bit more. I think if you are a seasoned Fear Street fan, you definitely see the Easter eggs. I really, really loved it. I give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. All right, so 1666, where to start? I guess we'll start by saying that the movie, the first half of the movie, takes place in 1666, and then halfway through the movie, we jump back to 1994, and it wraps up the entire trilogy. So don't worry, the entire movie is not set in 1666. I was really confused about it to begin with. I was like, how are they going to do this? Are they going to, like, time travel, and then they're going to break the curse in the past? That's not what happens. There isn't time travel. Thank God. I was so worried about that because that would have been really cheesy. Instead, we are seeing the 1600s through Dina's eyes, who is the main character of 1994, and she's seeing everything transpire through Sarah Fier's eyes. So she's kind of like experiencing it from her point of view, and she is also projecting her own reality in 1994 to the characters in 1666. So you have a lot of the same actors playing different roles. And I thought that was cool. It was a cool way to utilize the cast further and bring them into the 1600s instead of having a completely new cast of characters. Instead, you have these actors that you're already connected to. I really like that. And I thought that the movie overall was very good. It is pretty similar to the spirit of the saga in a lot of ways, and it uses the 1600 segments of the first book, The Betrayal, pretty much in the same way. It just kind of reverses it. So instead of having Suzanne Good tried and burned as a witch, you have Sarah Fier tried and burned as a witch. And instead of it being the Fier family that sentences her to death, instead, it is the Goods. So they kind of like reverse the roles a little bit there. And overall, it's the same point. It's the same basic concept. They definitely changed a lot, but it does hold true to the 1600s portion of the saga. Anyway, I thought it had a really good emotional conclusion. And then we jump back to 1994 and we have the epic finale. And this was okay. I wasn't crazy about it. I know a lot of people are saying that 1666 is their favorite of the trilogy. It's not my favorite. I personally still like 1978 just a little bit better. I think the finale overall is just that. It's a great finale. It's a great conclusion, but it doesn't really feel like its own movie. I think like for 1994 and 1978, you can watch those as their own thing. For part 3, you really have to, like, in order to appreciate it, watch the other 2 first. So I won't be rewatching 1666 very much. I'll rewatch 1994, I'll rewatch 1978, but in order for me to fully appreciate 1666 each time, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the first 2 and watch it all as a trilogy. It just doesn't have the, the standalone rewatchability as the other 2. I also had a lot of issues with the fact that Fear Street is not part of the movies at all. We see it very, very briefly, and at the end of this movie, that's it. Like, that's it. We don't hear about it. We don't experience anything, any of the horrors of Fear Street like we do in the books. It's not there. And that's very disappointing to me. I was really hoping that they would have maybe a grand finale on Fear Street, but they don't. It's all in the mall, which is fine. It's fine. I really wanted the finale to be on Fear Street. I wanted to see the cemetery. I wanted to see the burned down Fear Mansion. But that's not a part of the story at all. So yeah, disappointment. Some other disappointing things about the trilogy overall. I would say, while I love the gore and the violence, the other parts of the R rating, like the excessive swearing, the sex, the nudity, the drug use, it doesn't feel like Fear Street to me at all. The violence, yes, because the books are pretty bloody and violent. The movies definitely more so. But when it comes to like the drug use and the sex and the swearing, none of that's in the books. And it just doesn't feel right to me. to have that be a part of the movies. Overall, I think it was a pretty epic finale. I think they wrapped things up really well, and it had a lot more closure than the books ever did, because the books never really wrap things up. The curse is never broken. With this, you actually get a full overarching story, and it does leave things open for future installments, which is awesome. Please give me a Fear Street TV show. Please. I need like an anthology Fear Street show where it adapts each and every book in the series. That would be amazing. It'd be so cool. Do I feel like the movie did the books justice? No, I don't. I still think the books are better. I don't think the movie sticks very close to the books at all. It just barely captures the spirit of the books. Just barely. I feel like these are really well-made movies. I think it's a great trilogy. I had a lot of fun with it, but when it comes to it being like a Fear Street movie trilogy, it doesn't feel like Fear Street. The tone isn't right. It didn't feel like classic Fear Street to me as a fan, but I still enjoyed them. So there you go. It's a mixed bag. I had some very contradictory thoughts, but overall I enjoyed it. So that's all that I really care about. And I still have the books. So that's the good thing. Don't say that the movies have ruined the books for you, because you still have the books. They're still there. They still have a special place in our hearts. And there's still hope, because this has been really popular. The movies are doing great. The reviews have been awesome. It is like the most watched series on Netflix right now. So that gives me hope for more, which gives me hope for, you know, a more faithful adaptation in the future. So there you go. Those are my general thoughts on the movie series, and I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It's been a long one, I know. Thank you for sticking to the end. I truly appreciate it. And definitely check back like in December or January, and I will come back with another Fear Street reading vlog. I will have more vlogs up between now and then. I will have different reading vlogs, but the Fear Street ones, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit, because I have other books I need to read. Please don't forget to comment down below, and if you don't have anything to say, just say, hey creep, that works too. Or you can let me know your thoughts on the movies or on the books that I talked about. If you've read any of these, what are your favorites? Also, please give me a like down below, because it really helps to support the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Library Macabre. Later, creep.